Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that.
What is the strangest way somebody could become possessed?
For me, the most odd thing that happened was a guy named John who was trying to open his third eye by watching a YouTube video.
Jeez.
Now, you think, YouTube, how could that hurt somebody? Well, it wasn't the YouTube, it was the demon that was coming through the YouTube video, and he felt it go in him, and that was the beginning. That guy was years.
Really?
We worked with him for years, and then he finally got arrested and thrown in prison, so I couldn't even see him anymore, but that was the worst case.
You have to remember that your phone, your computer, your TV, it's a black mirror. It's a portal. Things can come in and out of portals, right? So when you're watching these YouTube videos, you don't even know if the content creator is a Jeffrey Dahmer or a Charlie Manson. You just don't know. And these people is teaching you how to open up your third eye, raise your kundalini, meditating, doing these mass meditations and shit. You got to be careful. You got to be real careful. I remember a few years ago, a guy came on YouTube talking about blood over intent. You write your intent down and then you put some of your blood to sign your signature. I never liked it. I remember another content creator was saying that if you want your immunity to be like the gods, if you want to not catch diseases and live for a long time, 200, 300 years, drink your pee. In 2013, people was drinking their pee, but not me. You got to be careful. You watch these videos and spirits can come out of your computer. They can come out of your TV. They can come out of your phone. You got to be careful. We living on New Earth.
The people that control this world, they are the greatest liars. Never listen to anything they say. They lied to us about autism. It's something much deeper, more special, spiritual. You will hear some people say that autism came from... No, this was designed to suppress it, not to start it. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Reason why they say autism is a spectrum is because people with it can see the spectrum. The rainbow or the chakra, they are seeing more colors that we can't see. If you have a child that's nonverbal, understand that they are telepaths. Tell, distance, path, feeling, perceptions. They are communicating with a higher language. They are dealing with emotions, mind language. Autism became really big in 1994. Early 2000s and 2013, we had another spike. We are dealing with different spirits that's reincarnating through different timelines or time shifts. If you pay attention to nature, she never speaks, but every life form understands what she is saying. Everyone that suffers from autism is not nonverbal, but for the ones that are, learn sign language. This is how nature speaks to us, through sign language. The people that control this world, they speak through sign language. But most people look at these signs like it's like the devil horns or 666. No, it's a universal language. Communication may speak late, differently, or not at all. Some may suffer from social interactions, sensory processing. This is not autism. This is spiritual awakening. The reason why they're not speaking, it's nothing to speak about. They are not the problem. We are the problem because we are not connected with nature no more. They are not weak. In fact, they are really powerful. Deep focus, passion, honesty, loyalty, creativity. They can recognize certain things we can't recognize. You are dealing with spiritual awareness. If you want to help them, just give them some real music with 432 hertz. Make them go outside in nature and play with the birds, the insects, the butterflies, the dirt. Let them sit under the sun. Let them play in the rain. They are really sensitive to sound and light. So if they have a cell phone, go to your settings and turn it from cooler to warmer. This will help them relax. Remember, their vision is better than ours. They can see different colors. So when you go to display and put it on warm, it calms their whole system down. People that control this world, they're not going to tell you what's really taking place. Different spirits are now reincarnating into our timeline because we need their help. They don't need ours. We need...
Okay, so he's talking about autistic people. There's a certain type of autistic person that they call idiot savant. Now, I don't call them idiot savant. This is what they used to call them in the 90s to early 2000s. Idiot savants. Over at SR&BG hashtag Wormwood 5000, I made a video about a year ago talking about these idiot savants, for a lack of better words. And I said that I feel that these people are the 144,000 that the Bible talk about. And I'm talking about real earth angels, people that never sinned, people that never slept with women, people that live in a system, live inside this simulation, but is not attached to this simulation. An idiot savant. Have you ever seen a person that can play the piano like Beethoven, but that's all they could do? How about a person that could draw the whole city, but that's all they could do? These are idiot savants. I remember an idiot savant about 20 years ago. His name was Paul. You could ask Paul anything about the NBA. You say, hey, Paul, who won the finals in 2003? And he'll tell you. He'll say, the Chicago Bulls won the NBA finals in 2003. I don't know if they really won the NBA finals in 2003 or the championship or nothing, but Paul did. He knew how much they scored. He knew who scored. He knew who was sick and all of that, like a damn computer, an idiot savant. I really believe that these people are special people, a certain type of autistic person. And I really believe that these people have more to do with the 144,000 than our dirty, filthy ass. I know that we special. I know that we special, but none of us is virgins. Well, most of us is not virgins, and a lot of us is attached to the system. But these idiot savants, for a lack of better words, idiot savants, I'm going to make a video about them. That's going to be my next video. Let's move on.
Well, let me guess, y'all. This is all just a coincidence. This picture right here. The two teams that's in the front is the two teams that's going to the Super Bowl. This picture was made back in September, but the NFL is not scripted. Fool, they must think we slow. Look at this shit. Sam Darnold, Drake May, Seahawks, Patriots, Super Bowl. Already know people gonna be like, bro, it's just a coincidence. You reaching. Yeah, all right. Well, let me guess, y'all. This is all just a coincidence. Not yet.
Glitched person. Just wait.
This lady found a real glitch in the simulation, man.
Dog, I found a glitched person. Just wait. They look like they're running, right?
They're lagging.
They're not.
Where are you going?
They're staying in place. They've been there for like 2 minutes.
NPC bot, and look how the car spawned and block her way. Like, so you
What?
can't really see what's going on. Like, why do you have, like, bro, it's daytime, bro. Why do you have your lights on? And for everybody to say, oh, she's running in place. It's jogging. She's running in place. Why would she go in the middle of the road to run in place? She could just run in place on her front and in front of her house or in her backyard. Why would she go on a trail to run in the same place? Because she's a glitch. And she looked like she in the middle of nowhere, and I be in the middle of nowhere, and I be seeing glitches too. I just don't be recording them, bro. We in a base simulation reality. I don't care what nobody say, because it be all type of things happening, and you'll be right next to somebody, and they live in a whole different world. So we living in multiple dimensions just off of that. But it's so many videos of these glitches in the Matrix. How can you deny that we're living in a simulation, bro? On Grand Theft Auto, bro.
Earth is underneath a dome, and you have extraterrestrials that are controlling things. You got to know by now they're not human, these beings that are controlling things. All the war, all the pillaging, all the plundering, all the slavery, all the fake money things that they're doing, all the taxes, all the blood harvesting, organ harvesting, unaliving of children, abortions, sick medicines, ill water, poison in the food. All of this has been done by these extraterrestrial beings that are trying to figure out how to capture the God essence. That's what they call it. Earth is under.
Lord, I feel for women, okay? Because I ain't never been cussed out just because I said no. I'm sitting at the bus stop, right? I just got my nails done. This dude pull up on a bike, gonna say, "Mom, you so beautiful." I said, "Thank you." He gonna say, "You got a man?" I said, "Yeah." And I show him the ring. He like, "The fuck that mean, bitch? You a nigga anyway." Like, boy, why you coming for me? All I said is I have a man. Like, the fuck?
Some people hear voices without psychiatric illness. The brain generates internal speech constantly. In rare cases, self-generated signals are misattributed as external. Why this happens is still not fully explained.
Okay, where do all of the voices come from? That's my first question. And my second question is, can we create an entity that can talk to us? So my first question, where do the voices come from? I don't know. Do they come from different dimensions, demons, angels? I have a voice in my head that guides me. I named it Uba Gooba. I created this. This is the answer to my second question. Can we create an entity and this entity communicate with us? Yes, we can. I created Uba Gooba. Uba Gooba is my protector. Uba Gooba was created from pain. You hear what I'm saying? Uba Gooba's not afraid of anything. Uba Gooba is confident. Uba Gooba talks to me. And I know this might sound weird to you, and I really don't care. But back to question number one. Where do these voices in our head come from? Could you believe that some of these voices in our head come from people? People that's close to us. If you're an empath, if you're a real empath, then you pick up the thoughts of other people, whether you believe it or not.
The M mark appears in most people who break generational cycles, wake up early in life, feel out of place in society, sense lies instantly, and feel destined to do something bigger. That's the code. You weren't born to follow systems. The M mark appears.
Who told you you were naked? That might be the realest line in the whole Bible, and people just read right past it. Every animal on this planet is naked and unashamed. Birds, dogs, lions, monkeys. Nobody's hiding. Nobody's embarrassed. Have you noticed? And when you came here, you were the same. As a baby, you ran around naked, laughing, free, no shame. No hiding, no idea there was something wrong with your body. You had to be taught to be ashamed. Somebody pointed, somebody scolded, somebody said, cover up. Again and again until one day you felt the sting of, oh shit, something's wrong with me. That's what God was asking in that story. Who told you? Who put that voice in your head? Because it goes way deeper than just clothes. Who told you you were ugly? Who told you that your nose was wrong? Who told you
Right.
that your body was wrong? Who told you that your hair was nappy and you had to put on a European wig?
I can dig it.
Who told you that you had to be married? Who told you how much money you have to make to matter? Who told you that this land is America, this piece is Mexico, and you need permission to walk from one patch of dirt to another? Who told you that this particular God was real? All the other gods are fake, and you just happen to be born in the one lucky country that got it right. You were born pure, before the labels, before the shame, before the borders, before the doctrines, before the identity. The question now isn't, is it true? The question is, who told you? And are you still willing to let their voice be louder than your own?
You can't let everybody in your house. People bring bad spirits in your door. You see, everything smiling is not safe. Some people enter spaces carrying unresolved toxic energy and chaos. So guard your place and guard your space. You can't.
Me and my homeboy used to call these type of people the bed bug bringing ninjas. But we didn't say ninja. Bed bug bringing ninjas. You know, the way that bed bugs spread is they get on people's clothes. People who have bed bugs, they carry them on their clothes. They carry them to work. They carry them to school. They carry them to your house. They come around you with their bed bugs, their demons. You hear what I'm saying? So whenever me and my homeboy, we seen the person that was infested with demons, we say, hey, there go that bed bug bringing ninja. Because they bring they bed bugs, they parasites.
Some people stop expecting life or people to be fair. They've seen too many promises broken, too many lies disguised as truth. Psychology explains that repeated exposure to injustice rewires the brain, shifting focus from hoping for fairness to controlling what can actually be controlled. They stop arguing, stop pleading, stop expecting. Instead, they observe, adapt, and act where it matters. That shift is quiet, but permanent. Some people stop.
What kind of spirits do you think attack Christians specifically?
From what I've seen, if the enemy can't get you because you're covered in the blood of Jesus, the enemy will try to get you through holier than thou. And one thing I've noticed is that once you kind of start finding Jesus, people forget who killed Jesus? The Pharisees.
Yeah.
So it wasn't witches attacking Jesus. It wasn't, people that were alcoholics or addicts. They weren't the ones attacking Jesus. They had their Snyder marks. It was the Pharisees that took Jesus out. And people are missing this. They're missing that this is coming from inside the house. The call is inside, Like,
It's a good reference. Yeah.
You see, I noticed this. I could never bond with the Christians, the ones who go to church and read the Bible all the time, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. When I was homeless, when I needed water, when I needed something to eat, believe it or not, it was the pimps, the prostitutes, the drug addicts, NPCs, serpent seeds, some low vibers that fed me. And the Christians, the ones who say that they are holier than thou, I realized that those was the ones that took Jesus out. When I was homeless, the Christians, they treated me the worst. Now there was rescue missions. The Long Beach Rescue Mission. That was a good rescue mission. And it's a Christian-based rescue mission. But besides that, the Christians that wore them big hats and sprayed they perfume and cologne and put on their suits and ties and oh man, they were so cruel. I'm telling you, the Christians were so cruel. But the pimps, the gangbangers, I'm talking about gangbangers with tattoos on their face. They gave me more water than the Christians.
All right. And they were sure of this because you weren't defending yourself. All right. And they were sure of this because you weren't defending yourself. You weren't telling people your side of the story. So they figured there was only one side of the story and people are going to run with it. But the thing is, what they didn't calculate was that people were going to observe you. All right?
Did you know that by simply allowing something to come instead of asking for it, it will come? So how do you do that? You simply release all tension from your body and you remain nice, calm, and relaxed. That's step one. Step two, observe your thoughts. Watch what happens and don't get carried away by your thoughts. Love and light.
Some people get older, but they really don't grow up, like, at all. They're 40, and the way they act, you would still think they're 18 or 19. Like, and that's why I hate when people try to use the age thing. It's not a factor.
I just think there's a human intricacy to all these team environments, and that's why we're never going to be replaced as robots. I just think there's a...
So that's like the same thing, like energy vampire?
For sure. Same thing.
How do you identify something like that?
It's just got to be in you. Like, you know...
Like you feel it type shit, like something just don't feel
Yeah,
right.
like your gut feeling. Like us as human beings, we almost like a species with amnesia, because you ever hear somebody say, damn, I just trusted my gut feeling?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, bro. Somebody's convinced us not to trust our natural abilities and trust these literatures that was written by people inspired by demonic entities. No way around it.
So would you say that you believe in God, but you don't believe in the Bible?
I'm not saying that. When I went to Ethiopia and I met the guardians of the ark, all of them had cataracts. And the guys who was guarding the ark the longest was sickly, looking old, and they wasn't even older than 40. So then when you see declassified documents from the CIA talking about how the United States government searched for the Ark of the Covenant, and they found it, then you look up where the actual replica of the ark that was made, where they found that at. Mar-a-Lago. That's on Trump's property. Why is that there? You know, the guardians of the ark are real dudes.
It's like power behind that or something?
Absolutely. You know, they associated the symptoms those guys had as radiation poisoning.
Your journey has probably shown you that the terrifying intelligence of people who choose to be alone isn't something to fear. It's something to understand, respect, and perhaps develop within yourself. Because in a world full of noise, you've likely discovered that the person who has learned to think in silence holds a form of power that no amount of social connection can provide. Your journey has probably shown...
And another thing, chosen ones, you a truth teller. People can count on you keeping it real, 10 toes down, raw, honest, authentic. You a truth teller. People love how real you keep it. Until you keep it a little bit too real with them, then it's a problem. Oh well, don't stop. There's gonna be a lot of people who you make uncomfortable around you. Keep telling the truth, keep keeping it real. I love y'all.
What if one of the most powerful groups shaping the modern world was never meant to be a household name? In 1973, while the public was distracted by oil crises, Cold War tension, and political scandal, a private organization quietly formed behind closed doors. It brought together elite figures from North America, Europe, and Japan. Politicians, bankers, corporate leaders, media executives, people who did not need elections to gain influence. The stated goal sounded harmless: cooperation, stability, global dialogue. But critics noticed something strange. Members of this group kept showing up in the highest offices of power: presidents, prime ministers, central bankers, trade architects. Again and again, policies that reshaped entire nations began to look eerily aligned. Deindustrialization, outsourcing, centralized finance, weaker borders.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I should have watched the 20 Belong video.
When you talk too much, people listen to use it against you. Keep your money quiet. Keep your plans quieter. Not everyone clapping wants you to win. And here's the ugly truth. Silence keeps you safer than trusting people ever will.
Hey, let's look at a cool couple real quick. Let me see. Let's look at this cool couple real quick.
My partner is taller than me, but I don't care.
I'm 6 feet on the dot.
I'm 3'11".
Man, when I tell you social media has every say in our relationship.
He is giving off predator vibes. Somebody also said that's a little girl.
This has to be a bro.
Girl, what? Even though I have the height of a child, I have woman.
Hold on. Now, I reacted to another video where a woman was dating this other little person. Right here. My 3'7" girlfriend is not a child. Love don't judge. And I said that people would look at them weird because this woman who's 3'7", 27 years old, she looks like a child. But this one right here, we could clearly see that she is not a child. So anybody that's sending them hate mail saying that this is weird and she looked like a child and all of that, they lying. They just hating. This guy looks like Wiz Khalifa, Sorcerer Khalifa, and she looks like a little baddie. I'm not gonna lie.
Features.
Yes.
Today, our friend Solo is coming over to discuss our relationship. He has strong opinions, and he's not holding back.
And, so what did you think when I first started dating Kelsey?
Not your type, really.
My name is Cortavius Pate, but I go by Dab.
My name is
Big K.
Health. My height is 3'11".
My height is 6 feet.
So I have something called achondroplasia. It's the most common form of dwarfism.
I think it's cute. I love it.
Yeah, she's like the perfect dwarf. There's like deformed dwarfs, but she's like the little cute one. She's the little cute dwarf. I understand. I could see what he see in her. Like I said, I bet you right now it's somebody watching this video that don't have nobody. And they get their nails done, their hair done, even their toes done. And this dwarf, this little cute dwarf, she have somebody. And this guy is a handsome guy, like I said. This is Sorcerer Khalifa.
I've never imagined dating anyone significantly shorter than me. I see Kelsey as if she's tall. Kelsey acts like she's 6 feet tall sometimes. She do not act that height.
I hear someone laugh, I automatically just assume. Because it's what people do when they see it. They'll laugh. So I'll be like...
A lot of people mess with her.
People think I'm like incompetent before they even talk to me. It's very offending, I would say. People can impose. They can try and talk to them in front of me or try and disrespect me and feel easily about it because of the fact that I'm shorter. They be following us around laughing at us.
But us together, we're like a super power couple together.
We met on Instagram. He had DM'd me, you know, the casual DM.
You know, the casual slide.
Look, he seen them little thighs. He seen them little people thighs. I wish that they would accept being called midget because I like that word, midget. But I heard that calling a little person midget is like calling them ninja. And you know, I don't really like being called ninja from a person who's not a ninja. But she's kind of cute. Now, I wouldn't be able to, you know, be in a relationship and, you know, make love to little mama. But if they was my neighbors, his name is Dab, right? His name is Dab, which means that they smoke weed, which means that they probably listen to the same type of music I listen to, which means that they probably like barbecue and hush puppies and stuff like that. So if they was my neighbors, they'd probably be some cool neighbors. I help her with the groceries when he at work. We'll all be cool. I believe that if they was my neighbors, we'll all be cool. But if I seen her in the gym or on the streets, I wouldn't holler. I wouldn't shoot her a DM or anything like that. But I believe that she's real beautiful and a cool person to hang out with.
Yeah, so we were homies at first.
Yeah, it really was. We locked in like this.
And we, decided that we were attracted to each other. And
We've been together for 2 years.
I've always dated men taller than me.
She liked them tall.
Yeah.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about...
My height does hold me back in my everyday life.
You see, and that's the cold thing. A tall dude would date a dwarf. Ladies, understand that a man a hump anything, especially if he's intoxicated. But a tall man would date a dwarf, but a woman wouldn't date a male dwarf. Not even a female dwarf. Well, I have seen dwarf couples before, but I'm pretty sure, like her, all female dwarfs would want a man that she can climb up on. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just talking. This dwarf is cute.
In my house is pretty tall. Dab often helps me get things I can't read when I'm cooking. For example, the bread, which I needed like 2 seconds ago. Growing up, I did feel different in some ways. I adapted well, but it was more so how people perceived me more than I perceived myself. But in terms of now, it's all good. A big thing people try and say is that this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable for a little person to be with a taller man due to them thinking I have childlike features.
Exactly.
Which is crazy because even though I have achondroplasia.
Nah, she don't have childlike features. Ain't no little kid bow-legged with that little dwarf butt like her. Her face look like she's about 30 years old. I hope that she's not younger than 30 years old because I'm not trying to offend anybody. For the last couple of months, I've been seeing these videos with these dwarf females, and I had to turn it off. I had to turn the videos off because the mind, it starts to wander into all different types of territories. And I seen a dwarf. It was a chocolate little dwarf. She was about the same height. And she was just gyrating, and I just started thinking, and I just immediately just cut it off. You hear what I'm saying? Now, we could be cool, but I never want to really travel through Dwarfville. Even though I feel that the dwarfs are beautiful, I think that they should make a dwarf beauty passion. I think that they should make a Miss Universe dwarf. You hear what I'm saying? Miss America dwarf, because I've been seeing some beautiful dwarfs. And like I said, I don't get it mixed up with a child. Yeah, they're short, but I don't get it mixed up with a child because there are some children that's not even short. Like 16-year-old children that's fully developed. You understanding what I'm saying? So when I look at her, I don't think about a 5 or a 6-year-old or anything like that. I look at a grown woman that's a dwarf. You hear what I'm saying? And she's fully developed too. She's not just the regular dwarf. She's the type of dwarf that'll get a guy like this. And I bet you any kind of money that their neighbors and the people that's around them guys, them horny guys, be looking at this dwarf woman, and she know that they be looking at her.
Which makes me the height of a child. I have woman features.
Yes, this is a woman. It's a grown woman next to me.
Some people try and say that it would be bad for Dav to have a kid with me.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is giving off predator vibes.
Yeah. Somebody said this is so weird. It has 6,000 likes.
Somebody also said that's a little girl.
Are y'all gonna keep saying this grown woman is a little girl?
There's a huge one. Remember, dad and daughter combo.
Oh yeah, dad and daughter.
Or the big one, keep him away from elementary schools, you know.
Yeah, don't take me near
Didn't that one get like 5,000 likes, you know? This is the uncle you don't let babysit your little niece. Maybe you should go figure that out with your family.
This has to be illegal, bro.
What? How?
As far as the comments, I remember I'm going back and forth with this person on SR&BG. I'm going back and forth with them. And something told me, click on their page. I went to their page. This person is not even in my league. Listen, I stopped going back and forth with this person. I just let them be. Every time they comment, I just let them comment. I didn't even block them or delete anything. This person was a paraplegic. Which one is the one that Christopher Reeve, Superman, was? The one that they can't move nothing. This person was in like a hospice, needed a caretaker. They made a couple of videos. I guess it didn't go good, and they started taking it out on people. That's why I don't even take a lot of the bad comments serious. Another time, I'm going back and forth with this person. This when I first started SR&BG 2 years ago. I'm going back and forth with this person. And come to find out, this person is a little kid. He was like about 16 years old.
Come on.
I'm literally 22.
I'm over 21. She over 21. The fact that you sit on your phone and you think that and type that is kind of insane to me.
None of our friends or family were really concerned about our relationship, other than our friend Daryl.
When Dad first got with Kelsey, it was just something different.
I bet you any kind of money if Daryl is left alone with her. If this guy right here was to go to jail for 6 months, then they friend will be up in there. I'm trying to tell you right now, and I could see it in his eyes. She a cute little thing.
Seeing him with black females. We never met nobody short and like, you know what I'm saying? In my head at the time, to be honest, I didn't think it was nothing like serious.
So what did you think when I first started dating Kelsey?
Not your type, really.
Okay. So you was kind of like, this is just something new?
Yeah, I mean, cause you know, since I know you, I just, you know, grew and knew what type of female you usually talk to, so it was something different.
Did you ever like imagine that being with the little person?
Pardon me and my tongue.
I mean, under 5'5", a little person, but you just extra little, so it wasn't nothing too crazy. He always date little people. It fed me.
So man, be honest. Was you surprised by Kelsey height?
When I first met her, yeah. He said a little person is coming over, but you know, seeing what believing at that time was crazy. They feel.
What's it?
I mean, everybody would be surprised. It's like if your sister say, "Hey, I got a boyfriend coming over. He's kind of short. He's a little guy," and then he knock on the door and you open up the door in his Bushwick Bill, then yeah, you're gonna be surprised. Everybody would be surprised. When you say she's short, like his friends say, when you said she was short, I thought she was like 5'5", like a little short little baddie. Instead, she's a dwarf. She's like a real dwarf. And I smoke weed? Come on, man. You bring a dwarf and I smoke weed? Come on, man. No disrespect, though.
Did you think when we first started dating for?
Nothing too crazy, something to get used to. Cause you know, like I said, that's not something he usually get into, you feel me? But he committed, so it was just something to get used to, nothing too crazy. But I don't got no problem with something new, spectacular, you feel me? And she cool, so.
Is there anything like you think we could do better for a relationship?
Lots of. First, let's start out about like waking up earlier, but who sleeps till 2, 3 o'clock and stay up all night? They may have called me at 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all arguing. Start the arguing. But nothing too crazy. Typical relationship thing that people gotta build on. Feel me? Nothing too crazy. Nobody perfect.
Come on, bro. How could you argue with a dwarf? I mean, they get a pass, right? All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Peace.